welcome to another exciting episode of the afternoon shift. Yay! Today we have a very special guest, and I am so excited to have you because it's literally her first appearance on the podcast. We have Punzila's very own director here, Sonia.
Hello everyone. I am very excited to be here for the first podcast. Yay. And even more so to join you, Masengi.
We're more happy to have you because she really pops in. So we have a very exciting topic today, and it is based on the proximity of AI and how we can not escape this very pressing but very real topic. So what should teens that are looking to study their education in the future look out for when it comes to job opportunities and career paths? And basically that's today's topic, and I would just love everyone to just sit back and think about what you can do about being in a space where you can't escape the digital age, and it's progressing every single day. I literally have my phone for everything here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So as we all know, the biggest conversation today is AI. And there should be no fear for this new generation, don't you think?
I totally agree. There shouldn't be any fear because it is the way the world's going. And I think, as we discussed earlier, that employers are looking for people that are versatile.
Yeah.
So they've got the career behind them, but they've also got the AI knowledge alongside it.
That's
I think that's
true.
the way they need to look at.
That's so true. Yeah, so one thing I'd love for us to talk about is basically the idea of skills over titles. And this is basically the idea that you shouldn't necessarily go into looking for what you'd love to do in the future with a title in mind. So if it's being in medicine, you simply want to be in medicine because you want to be a doctor, and having that conflict with, will AI take over my job or something like that? So it's always skill over title. I don't know what you think about.
No, I totally agree. I think you look at any jobs which are out there now for 2026, for example, whether you're an engineer, a doctor, in marketing, there's always going to be the AI doctor, the AI marketing, the AI engineer, but we discussed this earlier about the rethinking education and having the skills base to cope with the human side of the three things we said. What were they?
They were literally analytical thinking,
right.
resilience, and digital literacy.
Yeah. And also then the human side is your empathy, your storytelling, your leadership qualities, which maybe AI wouldn't be able to match because it's still a digital form. But in human form, I think that's very important to remember, that we have critical thinking, but we also have empathy. And along those lines, AI is there, but we still need the human form. So that's important to remember, that you can take your career with both sides into your job place.
Synergy.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's beautiful. And another thing that I think I would love for us to talk about, which is also like marrying into the whole digital age, is the green economy.
The green economy. That's a big topic at the moment, isn't it?
It is.
And that also falls into every career choice.
Yeah.
So some people think it's sustainability, and the greener, looking after our planet, but it's not. It's in every aspect of a career choice. So you can have a greener lawyer, a greener architect, a greener doctor, and they're thinking about how to plan and keep our environment safe. Doesn't matter what career choice, whether it's in health or in animals, or it's not just about our seas and our skies, and it's about everything.
Everything to do with
it all comes all together.
For sure. That's a good point. I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you had to pick, maybe let me say, between creativity and leadership. Leadership, yes, these two skills. And looking into the job space, and we also have the idea of AI. Between these two, which one would you ideally go for?
So in my personal opinion,
in your personal opinion,
I think there's a leadership in every person. whether it's the person who's a more introvert or extrovert, they've all got leadership qualities in their own way. So if I had to make a choice, and if I only had a choice between leadership and creativity, and I had to make that choice, hands down, it would be creativity.
Wow.
Because I think the world lacks creativity. We need more creative people, because leadership's always going to be there. And creativity, if you're going alongside AI, there it is in a nutshell. So if you've got AI, you've got creativity, you've got your empathy, you've got your skills based. And another thing that we could talk about is you'd have to always, it's very important for people who go into their careers choices, especially the teenagers of today.
Yeah.
You're not just going to come out with your piece of paper and have your degree. It's going to be
That's
a learning
true.
curve along the way. You're going to still stop and think, oh, well, I want to actually know more about X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a certificate in it, or I'm going to go and do a workshop in it, or I'm going to do an online course to better myself and get more knowledge, because AI is going to keep changing and keep progressing and keep getting more
That's very
advanced,
true.
and so they have to as well. So that's something very important for the teens to remember. Choose your career, but also alongside AI, go together and grow together.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I
It is
think
getting
that's it.
very competitive. So no matter how many certifications you get at the end of the day,
Exactly.
you have to blend that creativity in. Makes you unique.
Yes.
I would say. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And what would be our best advice for the teens of today looking to get into the job space, competing, quote unquote?
Okay, so besides all that we've sort of really touched on,
Basically,
there's so
yeah.
much in depth we haven't touched on, but just a quick one. What I would say to a teen who's going out today and going to looking for their career choice and their educational journey is always stay curious.
Yay! Thank you guys for joining us on this exciting episode, and we can't wait to see you on the next one.
Yep. Goodbye.